Welcome to Taming the Wolf Institute. In the following video, I will discuss one aspect of conflict resolution. You can find additional video presentations at tamingthewolf.com. Each presentation focuses on a skill that you can use to resolve conflict. You may want to watch the presentations in order, or you may want to skip ahead to the video that addresses your most pressing needs. If you have any questions, contact us at tamingthewolf.com. In this video, we will begin to assess your situation. We will begin to identify the factors that caused conflict, and we will begin to investigate the opposition you face. This will help you prepare to discuss what happened. We will also consider the adverse consequences you will experience if this conflict remains unresolved. So let's start. The first question is, what is it that will motivate you to do the hard work needed to resolve your conflict? Typically, our primary motivation for resolving conflict is a realization that unresolved conflict can be destructive. We know that unresolved conflict exacts an emotional, physical, spiritual, and financial toll. Unresolved conflict causes us to suffer. It causes uncertainty and stress. Most likely, you have suffered from the effects of unresolved conflict at some point in your life. So it will be easy for you to imagine conflict as a wolf that stalks you, a wolf that plans to make your life even more difficult than it already is. Many times, however, even when we know things will get worse, we fail to take action. We avoid the situation. We pretend the conflict does not exist. We close our eyes to reality. Unless we truly understand the adverse consequences we will experience, we fail to act. So your first step is assessing consequences of leaving the conflict unresolved. These negative consequences will provide your call to action. They will convince you something needs to be done. To get started, consider the following prompts. Describe how unresolved conflict has affected you in the past. Recall times when conflict led to undesirable consequences. Describe what happened. How did those conflicts change your life? Recall how those conflicts cost you money, time, physical pain, emotional pain, respect, reputation, health, relationships, security, peace of mind, opportunity, self-respect, your sense of moral well-being. Now, consider the current unresolved conflict. If you do not resolve this conflict, what adverse consequences might you suffer? Make a list. Now consider what might happen if you are able to resolve this conflict. What benefits might you experience? What are the possible positive consequences? As you continue to assess the conflict, ask yourself, do I feel fate has brought about this conflict and there's nothing I can do about it? Or do I feel I might be able to change the script? Do I feel I can make a difference? What changes do I have to make to resolve the conflict? What changes will the other party have to make to resolve the conflict? At this stage, you might experience confusion. This is common. Confusion often surrounds conflict. We do not clearly understand exactly what happened. We need to spend time sorting out the past, and we experience uncertainty regarding the future. When it is difficult to comprehend the chain of events that led to the present moment, we often feel we are losing control of our future. Solutions seem out of reach. We also need to recognize the difference between a problem and a conflict. Imagine there is a boulder you want to move up the hill. If the task is difficult because the boulder is heavy, you have a problem. However, if you are able to move the boulder, but someone pushes the boulder back down the hill and prevents you from reaching your goal, you have a conflict. The key factor is intention. Does someone intentionally oppose your interests, your needs, or your goals? If so, you have a conflict. A basic property of conflict is opposition. Like a wrestler, you are locked in an oppositional embrace with the party who opposes you. You won't let go, and they won't let go. When you identify the person who opposes you, you have located the villain in the story from your point of view. In order to tell your story, describe how you see the character who opposes you. Prepare to describe the history of the conflict with that person. Identify the first time you and that other person became opposed to one another. Was there a time when you felt you could not let go? Was there a time when you felt that they would not let go of you? What circumstances started this dance that you find difficult to end? Ask, what is this fight all about? What is the other party trying to take away from me? Or, what is the other party trying to push on me? Or, what am I trying to take away from the other party? Or, what am I trying to push on the other party? Make a list and identify all the factors. Does the other party oppose your goals, intentions, efforts, desires, interests, needs, values, beliefs, emotions, your identity? Describe the nature of the opposition as best you can. Later you can add details or make corrections if needed. In most cases, when you assess opposition, you are looking for an I win, you lose scenario. You are looking for situations in which the other party must lose if you are to win, or if the other party is to win, you must lose. Focus on factors that help you see the conflict more clearly. Assess the following. Who am I not allowed to be? What am I not allowed to do? What am I not allowed to have? Assess the following. Who does not want me to be who I want to be? Who does not want me to do what I want to do? Who does not want me to have what I want to have? The who should be the person you identified as your opposition, the villain in your story. If not, reassess who it is that stands opposed to you in this conflict. In the legend, the wolf's survival appears to be contingent on the livestock not surviving. In order for the wolf to eat, the livestock must die. It also appears that for the wolf to survive, he must kill the townspeople who chase him. On the other side, it appears that the survival of the townspeople depends on the wolf not surviving. They feel they must kill the wolf in order to survive. This is typical in conflict. It appears one party must lose in order for the other party to get what they want. In order to change this win-lose scenario, you must identify the exact nature of the opposition you face. Then, in order to resolve the conflict, you will want to seek a new story that is not based on I win, you lose. In later videos, I will discuss exactly how you can do this. In this presentation, we considered why you will want to resolve your conflict. We considered the negative consequences you will experience if you fail, and we considered the benefits you will gain if you are successful. You identified the character in your story that opposes you. You began to describe the villain. And you began to describe in detail how this character opposes you. In the next presentation, we will look more closely at the different types of opposition you might encounter. If you're trying to resolve a conflict, it may help if the other party watches the same video you watched. This will make it possible for the two of you to discuss how you'll go about resolving your conflict. Invite them to visit tamingthewolf.com.